Now once more we have system with c6. Some King's Indian players like it very much, and here was main move with queen a5. Some players tried queen b6 with idea b3, a5, stopping bishop b2. Then if bishop b2, then it will be a4. Knight takes, rook takes. Of course, there are tricky ideas in many positions, but after a5, white has to play simply h3, queen a6, and then simply e4. And trying to play rook e1, bishop f1 in e4, e5 with huge positional advantage. So these side lines are never dangerous, they are just a bit tricky. So main line is queen a5, e4, bishop g4, h3, bishop f3, bishop f3. Here there are moves e5, knight bd7, which we saw. E5 is nothing serious, it's just simply allowing white to keep big positional advantage with white controls c file, and white will be able to activate bishop, just fighting for c5. Evaluation of this position is that black has complete lack of counterplay. So more active is move knight fd7, because black idea is always to attack, to concentrate on the weak points. White plays bishop e3. Queen b4 is playable in this position, but this endgame is quite favorable for white. So there is no point for King's Indian player to apply such methods as endgames with white's pair of bishops. So black tries to counterattack center with b5, white plays a3. White idea is to get much more space in this position, so black desperately needs to play c5, stopping this b4, and now white starts to exploit the power of own bishop pair. c4, bishop d4. Here there are two moves. One move is d5, it is pawn sacrifice. Bishop e3, queen c7, knight d5, queen d8, and knight b6. Very strong move. Knight b6, queen d8, rook d8, bishop b6, rook d7, rook a d1. White sacrificed pawn, but they have terrific bishop pair, plus white will control d file. So black has to fight desperately for the draw. Bishop e3 with the idea rook d7, rook b1. So I don't think that it is very tempting variation for black. So Grandmaster Koshul, who is the main specialist of this line, he tried knight e5, exchange sacrifice, knight bc6, bishop e5, knight d5, rook takes, bishop takes, rook takes, and queen d5. Correct strategy, exchanging queens, so it leads to such unpleasant situations that black has to go back, because after queen d5 white can play in different ways. It's possible to take on d5 with knight, or it's possible to take with a pawn. Knight c4, and now probably the simplest move would be knight a4, trying to play rook c1, even giving up one pawn, but then obtaining both opened files for own rooks. After black will capture on b2. So Koshul, after knight d5, decided to retreat, and knight e4, threatening the same rook c1, d1 plus c5, queen c8, f4, e6, and knight d6. Okay, it was some small change of few pieces, and in the game Pigus of Koshul, white kept big material advantage, and we can evaluate that black has no sufficient compensation for this exchange. So this variation is looking really dubious.